I've decided to make this video about adult estranged children. Um, Yesterday, I did one on borderline personality disorder. And what I did is I looked it up online and I just read it out loud as I read it off my computer. And I think it went fairly well. So today I would like to do a video about adult estranged children. Um, and that is because I did, it's a book, but I listened to it on Audible, and it was really good. A little bit repetitive, but I got a lot out of it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be children. It can be estranged family members, um, things like that. Your dog. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but I had an incident today that happened because what I did as I read this or listened to this book um, is I was talking to David about it, my fiance, because he's estranged from his son as well, and most of his family, and he has a large family. And his siblings, he only has one full-blood sibling. The other ones are from different dads, a different dad, I'm sorry, than him and his brother. So his siblings tend to treat him differently than each other, and it's stupid. But I just had an incident today where I posted something on Facebook, and usually when I do that, they come to me and ask me what's going on. And I just said, if you want to know what's going on with him, you call him. I actually got the balls to tell this person that, because why do I have to be the gopher? I'm not even married into this family, which is fine by me, I guess. I'd like to be, but not for the family's sake. Okay, so today I'm just going to do a shorter video about adult estranged children and what I had found online. It's just an AI overview. So I'm just going to read that, and it'll give you an idea of kind of what it's about. And usually when I do this, I don't pre-read it. I just read what it says, and then I put my own opinions or, my own thoughts into it, either as I go or at the end. But it at least gives you an idea of what it's all about. And then I'm going to take a shower. And no, I don't have a hole in my neck or my throat. It looks like it. It's really weird. I noticed it in one of my other videos. I'm like, oh my god, I have a hole in my neck. And it's like, no, I don't. It's just maybe how I sit. Maybe I slouch too much. I don't know. But yeah, I watch my own videos. I think I'm going to have him paint the walls behind me. Paint them white. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then I'll take, whatever. That's neither here nor there. So, okay, I'm going to start because I don't want this video to go on and go on and go on forever. So, I'm going to start with this. This is the overview, and then it's just pretty small. It's parental estrangement is a common occurrence, with some studies indicating that at least 25% of American adults are estranged from their parents. Some reasons for estrangement include abuse. Childhood abuse, whether emotional, physical, or sexual, can lead to estrangement. Toxic behaviors, disrespect, or hurtfulness from a parent can cause estrangement. Feeling unsupported. Adult children may feel unsupported by their parents. Clashes in values. Differences in values between parents and adult children can lead to estrangement. Divorce. Divorce can increase the risk of estrangement, especially for fathers. Now, in my case, it's opposite. I'm the one who's estranged, or if that's what you want to call it. He has the kids. Um, the kids hate me. Um, if you know about divorce, usually the children resent one parent or the other, or blame them for the divorce, wish that their parents were still together. But yeah, in this case, my kids hate me, because I was the one who was unstable. I was the one who was homeless. Uh, he's the one who has the 6 figures. They've got it good there. So that's where they're going to stay. Only makes sense. So to continue, actually, just a second. With divorce, I went with my mother and moved in with her, and my sister stayed with my father in the house that belonged to my parents. My mom and I moved out. My sister and my dad stayed there. And eventually, my dad sold the house. I moved in with my sister and my dad, and then my sister and my dad and I all moved into an apartment together, because my dad couldn't keep up with the house. So anyway, um, inheritance issues. Inheritance issues can cause estrangement. Um, Perceived slights and inequities. Adult children may feel slighted or inequities. I guess it means not equal, which can lead to estrangement. Grudges. Adult children may hold grudges after a divorce or shift in family dynamics. Now, that's what I was talking about. My ex told everybody what I did and what happened and everything. Took all my friends, took all my family, including my mother, my sister, took everybody away from me, is how I put it. Turned everybody against me. Um, and the problem with that is I never had a chance to plead my own case. They didn't want to hear from me. They didn't want my side of it. They just believed him and his pile of bullshit. My kids to this day won't give me the time of day. So anyway, that's why we're estranged. Some say that estrangement is a result of sociality shift away from traditional family bonds. Others say that young adults are choosing who to have in their families, and that this includes not choosing to have the person who raised them, which is totally true. I raised them kids. I did everything with those kids, and they turned on me. And that's, of course, my view, although true. Um, they won't even give me the time of day to talk to them, to explain things to them. They, again, won't give me the time of day. So I'll get to that in a little bit. And it says, if you're trying to reconnect with an estranged adult child, you can try starting with a non-confrontal method. Sometimes these words just, it means non-confrontational. That's what it is. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Such as an email or letter, which I've tried numerous. I've tried phone calls. I've tried everything. You can acknowledge their feelings and express your desire to connect. So, with that said, I listened to this book and took it as a parent of adult estranged children. when I talk to David about it, I go about it as siblings and family, um, and how they treat him, how they ignore his phone calls, how they don't call, how they basically act like they don't give a shit. But when he has a stroke or there's a medical reason, then it's all concern and, all caring. Otherwise, it's, you know, he'll come home from somewhere and he'll say, I called so and so, so and so, he'll tell me 7, 8 people that he tried to call, siblings, nieces and nephews, cousins, friends, and he'll say, I left him emails, or, I'm sorry, God, I said I was going to do this when I wasn't tired. I guess I just have a lot on my mind. Um, he had a diagnosis. God. That's because I'm eating, so I guess things just didn't go down well. He had a medical diagnosis yesterday that wasn't great. So, anyway, he will tell me this list of people that he tried to call, and he left voicemails, and nobody gets back to him. So he's like, nobody gives a shit about me, and nobody loves me, and it's just, I tell him I do. And, he had to go back to the state that we came from, to help a friend. And he came back because I kind of told him, I understand you want to go back there because that's where you grew up, but your family is now down here. And it wasn't meant to be a guilt trip, but the truth. We need him here. We need him down here. He belongs down here with us. We're his family. So, it's me. It's our dogs, our cats, our bearded dragons. Okay, my bearded dragons. But our house, he left here, and, sorry, I'm having issues today. He left us down here without a vehicle, without, anybody. I'm just so stubborn that I won't ask a neighbor, can you take me to the hospital? I'm bleeding out. No, that's not me. I'll bleed out. I am one of those who I don't ask people for anything. It's just me and how I've always been, and hopefully always will be, which is kind of tough. But yet, if I don't ask anything of anybody, I don't owe anybody anything. So, I mean, it's just the way I look at things. So, I just made supper. I burned it because I used the stove. Usually I use my pressure cookers. I haven't touched my stove in months since I got my pressure cookers. And usually I do that. But anyways, I wonder how many times I've said, but anyways, when I listen to other people talk. I listen to them. One of my favorites is an oxymoron, I believe you'd call it. It's, well, yeah, no. And it's like, it's a positive and a negative in the same sentence. And it's like, it just cracks me up. I have my phone. I just want to tell you that. I have my phone, is what I'm using to record. And I have it to where it keeps me, see if I move, it follows me, and it centers me. It's just a feature that it has, and it'll zoom in, it'll, see, it zooms in and zooms out by itself. It can be nice, it can be annoying, but it just is what it is. I'm just rambling today because I have a lot on my mind. I was there when David had his ultrasound and his echocardiogram of his heart yesterday. And where we come from, they do all the tests and they tell the doctor, and the doctor tells you what's going on. Down here, they tell you as they're doing the tests. As they were doing his ultrasound and his echocardiogram, I can't believe I said it twice without fucking it up. I was watching, I was asking questions, and the ultrasound tech was actually answering all my questions as we were going along. And it turns out that David has had 3 strokes, and he'll be 52 tomorrow. So, happy birthday, honey. I should smile more, but I don't, because when I do these videos, I'm just super serious about it. But in real life, I'm a real fucking joke. I like to screw around, and pull pranks, and I'm that type who just likes to be goofy. So anyway, so during his echocardiogram, the technician was doing everything he was supposed to. Then they got an IV put in, and what they do then is they shoot saline into his heart, and it makes bubbles on one side, and if the bubbles go to the other side, it means he has a hole in his heart. And we were watching, and everything was going good, and all of a sudden the tech, he's like, I hate to tell you, buddy, you have a hole in your heart. So it's like, oh fuck. And he said, that may be why he's having the strokes. Because what happens, because I said, how big, like I said, I ask tons of questions, and I've been doing that since I was like 4. I said, well, what are you talking, centimeters? I didn't say inches, because God forbid. He's like, pinhole. I'm like, pinhole? And he said, yeah, what happens, and I'll just try to sum this up as quick as I can. What happens is if he's sitting down and the blood gets to that hole and clots in that little hole, and then he gets up, that clot can break free and travel to his brain and give him a stroke. So they're thinking that's why he had these strokes, is because of this heart problem. And the thing is, I guess 20% of people have a hole in their heart. So he said 20%, and he's like, it's common. It's like 20% to me is not common, but apparently to the tech, it is common. So now he has to wait and get this machine he has to wear for 60 days so they can evaluate and see if he's going to have to be either on aspirin or on blood thinners, which I hope he doesn't have to be on blood thinners. I'm telling you, I had to be on blood thinners for a long time, and it is, well, I couldn't take the pill form because I was pregnant, and I had to do what's called Lovenox, and those are shots, and very painful. I had to do 2 a day. So then later on, when I wasn't pregnant anymore, they had me go on the pills, and I had to stay on those for quite some time. I had a clot in my leg, and they told me that if I got another clot, that I'd have to be on blood thinners the rest of my life. And fuck that. And I say that because I cook, and if I'm using a knife and I cut myself, I can bleed to death. I mean, you're in an accident, a car accident, and you can bleed to death. I mean, really easy, really fast. It's no bullshit. Being on blood thinners is just not what you want. So, you gotta take care of yourself, but for me, I am one who lives minute by minute. I don't have a plan. I have a will, but I don't have a plan. I have a DNR, which is do not resuscitate, but he doesn't. And I mentioned my 8-year-old who passed away. I donated his organs to a man, a 34-year-old man, who happens, now that we moved, who happens to live an hour and a half away, and won't talk to me because he has survivor's guilt. And honestly, for the past 24 years, almost 24 years, I feel that's a crock of shit. I'm very bitter. I feel like he should be grateful that he's alive, even though it was kidneys and pancreas, which are the hardest for your body not to reject. But so anyway, as for the adult estranged child or children, my therapist told me, because he's the one who told me about this book, he told me even if I was with my children, they would still be doing adult things. You know, the things that kids their age do. They'd still be doing those things even if I was there. So, just kind of, God, I need chocolate. Just kind of understand that they're gonna do their own thing whether I like it or not. There really isn't much I can do about it. Everybody says, oh, someday they'll come around, No, they may not. I didn't with my mother. Her and I were on and off. Mostly off. Because she pissed me off. She would do things that were not fair. She was a terrible mother. My dad was the good parent. He was, I'm a lot like him, and I take pride in that. But, I wish he was still here, of course. I mean, my mother took his side. Not mine, but his. What kind of bullshit is that? That's bullshit. But anyway, if you want more information, I have more information because I read this book. If you want to know what the name of the book is, comment or email me and I'll let you know. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free. There is a second book. There's the first one and then there's the second one. I started to listen to the second one and I found it repetitive. But that's just my opinion. There's parts of the book, like I said, I fell asleep. I really conveniently can fall asleep in my computer chair. I'll wake up with my head on the arm. I'm just talented as hell. But, okay, this is 23 minutes long, and I'm going to cut it off because I just had enough of this for today. I have to try to find a way to shower. I mean, not saying I can't. It's a matter of willpower because I don't have that. So, I will cut it off here. And like I said, if you have any questions, if you have any things to tell me, see, it just zoomed out. It's weird. That's AI. And AI is really cool with some instances. So, okay, I will make a video probably tomorrow. I try to make one every day to get going because I'm new at this and I'm learning and I like learning. It's a good time. So you take care. If you have any questions, drop me an email, leave a comment. Nobody's commented on anything yet. I'm kind of disappointed. I kind of think you don't like me. I kind of don't care. No, just kidding. So, okay, you take care and have a great evening or whatever time of day it is by you, morning, afternoon. If you're a night owl like me, have a great one. Take care. Thanks. Bye bye.